Okay, hello everyone. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast as well as my YouTube channel, Spiritual Sense. Today is Saturday, which is October the 29th. And in this podcast, I go over topics in regards to the paranormal, occult, and supernatural. So I speak on things such as hauntings, curses, soul travel, remote viewing, UFOs. I speak on pagan belief systems and practices such as Wiccan witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo. I'd like to start off by saying that this podcast, as well as this YouTube channel, is for entertainment purposes. It's not a debate. It's an open social discussion on those topics, and I give my opinions in regards to those topics. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or a topic for a future show, you are more than welcome to comment below. So today's topic I'm going to speak about is life's review. Now, for those who may be listening in or will be viewing in, this is a sensitive subject for many individuals, and it is optional. I do like to stress that the podcast as well as the YouTube channel is optional. So, what is life's review? Life's review is a flashback before death or before a transition, but typically it's before either a traumatic event, a spiritual transition. Refers to a phenomenon widely reported as occurring during near-death experiences in which a person rapidly sees much or the totality of their life history. Life review is often described by people claiming to have experienced this phenomenon as having their life flash before their eyes. The phenomenon also refers to a widely used trope in fiction, film, and television where a recap montage of a character's life is shown in sequence before the character's death. So it goes on to say that there has been noted that near-death experiences undergo a life review in which the meaning of their life is presented to them, but also how their life affected other people, as well as an awareness of the thoughts and feelings of these people. It has an author here who has stated as rapid revival of memories that sometimes extends over the person's entire life. The memories are described as being many. The review might also include panoramic quality and often described in a third person's perspective. Okay, so let me see if I'm able to pull up more information in regards to life's review. And then I'm going to give you my account as to what I feel life's review is. So it's a website here, and I'm going to read the information that is presented. Life review is a collaborative process where individuals can try to make sense of their life and develop newfound inner peace. Popularly, life review is known as a near-death experience when people see their lives flash before their eyes. But one need not wait for a near-death experience to engage in life review. Life review is an examination of one's life with the benefit of hindsight. This might lead to an acceptance of one's unique life cycle, generational themes, personal wisdom. The opportunities are wide ranging. The realization that if you want to do something different, now is the time. The client decides the topic, but most people prefer to re-examine and re-experience different stages of their lives. They may wish to re-experience a child memory, a cherished teenage memory, family holidays, or a relationship. Some individuals look at past experiences that have perplexed them. Others evaluate perceived successes and failures, forgive themselves, or grieve losses. Some people may be interested in topics of intimacy, major turning points, life changing choices, historical events, Still, others might use photos, music, or literature to heighten their experience. Men tend to focus on achievements and historical events, while women focus on relationships, but there is no gender formula. Some people have described the process of life review as watching their lives play out on the big screen. You start any place you choose, and if you don't know where to start, um, help can guide you. Life review is not a new age concept. The basic ideas, this form of insight therapy center around were first popularized by Erik Erikson, who observed that when people are age 55 plus, they begin to wrestle their past and their life's meaning. Erickson noted that teenagers see the world differently than adults, and likewise, older adults can have a richer perspective about the world and their lives. Erickson called this wisdom. Later, Dr. Robert Butler coined the term clinical life review. He defines it as a normal part of aging. As Kuhn summarizes it, as individuals develop a sense of their own mortality, they look back and reassess their lives. Life review is to putting life into perspective. It might include grieving a loss or reevaluating a milestone and aims to create a sense of completion. So that's basically giving you account of life's review. Now, as I did on yesterday when I did my tarot card reading, as well as my daily tarot card reading on yesterday, when I mentioned about, I felt as though that the tarot card reading was for someone who needed to forgive himself or herself for some things that transpired in their past. And oftentimes you will begin to see how taunted spirits want to continue to recircumvent that negativity and put it before you. And that's how you would know that is not of God, that is of a different, mean spirited demonic force. And you will begin to see how oftentimes people with spirits will live vicariously through you, and also how when a person has his or her own things that they have done in the past, they will like to amplify your transgressions or your forbidden sins and continue to perpetuate that. And that is a form of redemption. You got to realize and understand, when I have forgave you for what you have done, you move away from that. So whoever keeps bringing it back up will make it be apparent as to how taunted spirits operate. When there's a need to continue to perpetuate the same negativity and the negative things in your past that you have done, and you have already been forgave from it. So what spirit is it coming out of? Not of a favorable one. And so, as I mentioned before, when you are dealing with things such as this, that's how you would know. I'm going to put it in you before it even presents itself. You would know before it even presents itself. So play along with them. And that's what I mean in terms of taunted spirits. In regards to life's review, you begin to see things from a different perspective. That means the things that you have done, whoever continues to bring that up is dealing with his or her own battles and demons. This is why people tell lies. So you will begin to realize that oftentimes things that have transpired in history, you would get an inclination as to, did these things truly happen? Or is this somebody continue to perpetuate something? And God does have a way of covering up certain things to maintain the dignity and the integrity of a people. And once it has been conveyed to you what they're truly talking about, you keep it on the inside. Because as I mentioned, as one asks and you shall be received. But trust and believe it will become you will become a threat. Because a lot of times when people feel, or certain spirits, superficial spirits, feel as though you know something on them, they will begin to what? Use it against you and taunt you based on that. So you would know the difference between when it's being done but because of a person knowledge, like something they have went and researched, versus if it's spiritual. So God will give you that inclination, and they will try to amplify any little petty thing that you do. And that's how you know there's more to what's going on in their life in existence and what they have done versus what you have done. So when you begin to see it on a different scale of things, then and only then will you know. Plain and simple. Okay. So again, this podcast, as well as episode, as well as the one I've done over the last couple of days, begin to forgive yourself. Turn away from those things and don't no longer partake in those things, and take a vow of celibacy, a vow against smoking, a vow against alcohol, a vow against meat, whatever you need to do so God can give you infinite knowledge, wisdom, capability, understanding as to what is being conveyed and what is being said. Okay? So I'd like to thank you for tuning in to this episode of Spiritual Sense podcast, as well as YouTube presentation. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or a topic for a future show, you're more than welcome to comment in the comment section below. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.